This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Once the Florida show is in the rearview mirror, you're back in Salisbury, Maryland. And this time, or actually, you're not on the show. Vladimir Petrov had to substitute for you, but you were advertised to take on Brad Armstrong. This would have been at a Youth and Civic Center on May 21st. The main event that day was the Rock and Roll Express versus Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez. I know I'm asking you to remember something from 35 years ago. Any idea what's going on here? Why you would have missed a shot?
Was there another show running that day?
No, sir.
That was the only one? Couldn't have just been a day off, could it?
It looks like maybe there was a few days off here. I don't show that you were working on the 22nd or the 20th. So there's a few days here where it looks like you were off. I didn't know if maybe that was, I don't know what your kids' birthdays are, but I guess I was wondering, would that have worked in 87?
If you'd asked for your kid's birthday off, they'd have said sure. And we'll let you off the next week and the week after that and the third week. You wouldn't have considered asking for that.
Really?
No, sir. As selfish as the business is, and it is, because once you're in a spot and you're established, and here's how you have to really examine a no-show. In the business in those days, say it was the Road Warriors, or say it was the Four Horsemen, or say it was the Midnight Express, if you had Bobby Eaton there with an Italian Stallion, or Dennis Convery with the Italian Stallion as his partner, you lose the whole concept of the Midnight Express. If you had one Road Warrior there and somebody else filling in, say Brad Armstrong, you didn't have the Road Warriors that day. And in those days, you did not miss a shot. If you could get to the town, have someone drive you to the town, take an ambulance to the town, whatever you had to do to get there, you did not miss shots. My question would be for Salisbury, would Arn Anderson and Brad Armstrong even been far enough up the card to advertise?
I don't know how I would have known that you were substituting unless you were. I assume they had postered the town, but maybe I could be wrong.
So maybe it was a smaller card, because that would have been, if they advertised it, then it had to be 3 or 4 up the card, I would imagine. But
Well,
anyway, I guess the point is you just didn't miss shots, and as to why I wouldn't have been there, it wouldn't have been reward. You're going to have some days off, any of that stuff. And in May, I don't know. I don't really know why I wasn't there, to be honest with you.
come the 26th, we're going to be doing another TV here. And we're going to see J.J. Dillon do a promo saying that Ric Flair's working in Virginia Beach and South Carolina. Arn Anderson's on vacation. And then he continues on. But as far as I can see, that's actually your last appearance until the end of the month. So you worked a date on, what is it here? The 19th. And from the 19th to the 30th, I don't show that you worked any dates. There's 5,500 fans in Philadelphia on May 30th.
Hold it.
Okay.
Now, during this time, there was a couple of years there where Jimmy Crockett rewarded us and gave us a vacation and paid for it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and this could be, now I took Aaron and we went to Hawaii.
So help me understand. The kid being born, fuck off, you can't take time off. But hey, I'm going to pay you to go to Hawaii? That's hard to wrap my head around.
He's the boss.
What do you say to that? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if you're going to pay for me a vacation to go to Hawaii, first class, for my wife and I, and pay for the hotel, the kids, I'll have to just tell them, hey, it really wasn't your birthday yesterday. We just thought it was. We're going to celebrate it today. It's Chunky Cheese, by the way.
Yeah.
So for some reason, for me to have been off, because I hadn't been injured, I know it wasn't due to an injury. I hadn't been injured yet. That could have been the Hawaii trip.
That's awesome. Well, how about that, man?
Yeah, that don't suck.
No, a little Hawaii action. Nobody's mad at that.
Damn
Well,
right.
May 20th, you're going to be making some towns. We got 2 shows that day, one in Savannah, Georgia, one in Hillsville, Virginia. There's even a shot that a lot of the guys from Jim Crockett Promotions and the UWF are on down in Championship Wrestling from Florida. You guys were making a few trips down here in 1987. What'd you think of all those trips you made to work in the Florida territory? I know it's not exactly where you started. Obviously, it's a different territory, but still, Florida's Florida. Was that something you look forward to, or is it just a bad travel day?
Well, I'll throw it back at you. Don't, other than your home state of Alabama, don't you love Florida?
Of course, absolutely.
So do I. And there's something, every town there has something to offer, whether it's in the middle of the state or it's on the coast or it's on the Gulf, whatever. And, you know, if you had, there's a double edged sword here. You got Hillsville, Virginia, which is straight up 77 up in the mountains, but it's only 100 miles from your bed. That's one asset.
Yeah.
But if you go to Florida, and with the history of Florida Championship Wrestling, and you got probably a bigger card and a bigger crew, you're going to make more money. So if you're trying to balance that, you usually go, well, if I got Hillsville and I'm booked there, I'm not sad about it. But when I hear that the Florida town does 97 grand, maybe, I would go, boy, I wish I was on that house.
Right. Well, let's talk about the next date.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.